Yeah, Mommy, how are you, ma?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure meeting you.
God bless you.
This is the maiden edition of our program, Z2H, and it's called Zero to Hero. Can we meet you, ma?
Basically, Chief Mrs Felicia Sani.
Yes, ma'am.
I was born in Otobi, Benue State, July 22nd, 1938. And I went to school. My father made sure we go to school. Everybody.
What is education like in your time?
In my village, they don't go to school. At all, at all, at all. There was nothing like training a woman is. You will say training a woman is something terrible. You don't train a woman in my village. But as we went to township, they call us township people that time, from Otobi to Port Harcourt. And there was people go to school. You see people going to school in township. And my father worked with Nigerian Railway. It was because he was not educated, made him not to occupy an important position in Nigerian Railway. So he said because of that, all his children must go to school. That education is very important. It was my father who made us to go to school. But for my village people, they said my father was wasting his time, training even that the boys should come and take farm.
So your father was one of the greatest motivation for
yes,
you to have taken education very seriously.
I was his favorite. He was telling me that education, if you don't go to school, the person who doesn't go to school is useless. That you must go to school.
Now, can you take us through how you met your husband?
I met my husband in Benin. As a matter of fact, I was with my parents. When I worked with the Shell BP. And when my parents came home from Port Harcourt, my father was very old, 102. He was very old, my mother equally. So I was with the Shell BP. Then there was no bridge in River Niger. There was no bridge. We travel on Pontu. Do you know what they call Pontu?
No.
Pontu is a sort of canoe that runs on the river now. There's nothing like River Niger. I was coming every two weeks to see my parents, and I saw that my parents were so old, they cannot help themselves. I came back to Port Harcourt. I came that weekend, I saw that my father was almost helpless. I told my friend, Mrs. Omenongo, to look after my parents. I came to Port Harcourt and I resigned my appointment with Shell BP. That time, Mr. Halls was my boss. He said, fine girl. You know what when they want to mimic a girl, they say, fine girl, why do you want to leave your work? I said, because of my parents. He went and called another Israeli man who was working with Shell, who always go around with the parents. He said, come and meet your colleague. She's going home because of the parents. And they gave me $100. Then they were giving me $5, $10. I collected a lot of money, you know, and changed it in Port Harcourt wharf and came back and paid it with First Bank. My father had an account with First Bank. I paid it in First Bank, came back to my village to stay with my parents.
You paid all the money into your father's account?
Yes.
Not your own account?
No. Do I have an account?
With what you have been telling us, ma, it seems you spend most of your time in the north. And with what we have here, we are able to understand that you were also a banker.
Yes, I did banking and finance. University of Benin, where the first set. It was my senior sister that paid my school fees. When I lost my parents, I was the first girl to work with the local government, Okwani local government. The day we came for an interview, one man shouted, say, hey, where are they bringing this woman from? It is only a man's job. Oh. Then our chairman then, Opia, said, ask her a question. It is only modern school they take that time. So I beat all of them now. They say this woman wait here, this guy wait here eye like this. We come from Port Harcourt. I work with the local government. My father said he cannot afford to keep me inside the house. I should apply. Then they say they want there was a vacancy in the local government. My father said I should go. I went there. They didn't want it. The people around didn't want me to come, but they have no choice. They only employ modern school. You know modern school in the western region?
Yes, ma'am.
Then I came from secondary school from Port Harcourt. I passed and they employed me. I worked there for 3 years and I lost my father, lost my mother. I then transferred myself to meet my senior sister in Benin. She was a permanent secretary, Ministry of Agric. And my senior sister was the chief medical director, Eastern Region. They combined, they say, this small girl, we lose Papa and Mama. You go feel stand them so. They were all, I was the baby of the house. Then my sister continued the school from there.
You have been a very great voice, a very strong voice, campaigning against the usage of young girls, as marketer to go after unrealistic targets for banks.
Nobody, I've asked a lot of them. When we were in the confab 2014, we asked a lot of them to give us their letter, appointment letter. They refused to give us because I could have taken it from that angle. How can you give a girl a target of 100 million, 200 million, and not to marry for 5 years? They don't tell anybody. They know what they are doing there. It's terrible. I am bold to say it's a direct way of prostitution. There's no two ways about it. How can you go and meet men you don't know and tell them or induce them to open up an account in the bank? It's wrong. Me, I work with the bank for 35 years. Nobody can tell me that rubbish. In our days, we don't do it now. I work with African Continental Bank. I started when I left the University of Benin. I did banking and finance. Nobody in the whole of this world will tell me to go and tell a man to come and put money in the bank. For what now? And tell me not to marry for 5 years. It's very wrong. And if you ask this guy, bring your appointment letter, they won't give you. So they know what they are looking for there.
Now, you are now the head of the market women. At what point did this started? Going by your background as a banker.
Well, I didn't start it with the bank, as a matter of fact. I started it when I was in elementary school in Port Harcourt. We were traveling to see my senior sister in Aba, 1952. There was a big motor accident. All the vehicles passed in Obo Hill. They park. You may not know the name of what I'm telling you. I told them, why are we stopping? My senior sister called me, Tafia, go and find out. I come down, run, pass all the corner to see what they are doing. They say they are burying people. That there's an accident and they have to dig ground and bury them. I said, there are people who don't know that they are dead and you are burying them. My senior sister said I should go and find out. It was then I said, if I grow up, I must make sure that if traders are traveling, they must wear something to identify them. In case they die, they will be able to tell their people at home to go and carry them, at least carry them to the hospital. This one, they are burying them. They didn't have any identity. That was where I discovered this Market Women Association. I said, when I grow up, I must make sure that they have the identity. What I did when I started this Market Women Association, if you are traveling to a bush market, we call it bush market. We have, there's bush market. Yes, you must wear your and a market. You must write your name and wear in case of problem, so that they will be able to help. That was where I discovered this Market Women Association. The idea, because they were digging ground, massive grave, putting all of them, both man and woman.
At what point did you start it?
I started it in Jos. The time I retired in Jos. Then I formed Market Women Association there. But it was not as strong as when I came to Abuja. We started it in Kaswa, what they call Kaswanama. I gathered the women. Men say they will not do any, they don't have time for this one. I lectured the women. I called them together. I said they have to come together so that bank will recognize them and start giving them small money to trade. In Jos, 1976. Then I came to Abuja, that was the climax.
Wow. So, and you are also instrumental to this Wuse Market?
Wuse Market, when I came to Abuja, this Wuse Market was, so many mad people were living there. Mad people in this Wuse Market. So I went to the minister. I told him that I can make this market work. He said, is that so? He said, Gadonasko. He said, is that so? I said, but you have to put it in writing. So he said I should carry on. I went to Jos to bring these people selling cabbage. You know, that is the home of cabbage, carrots, tomatoes, fresh cold food, cabbage. So I brought them. Then I came to that Wuse Market. This side, by the end, right end of it, was open. I said Julius Berger should come, and I went to Julius Berger. I said they should come and help us put quota on that side. They said, no ma, if we could quota, it will be too hot for you. They are going to cement it. I ran back to minister. I said, come on. These people say they want to help us with cement. They have to cement the place. Come and beg them for us. The minister went and begged them. And they accepted helping us. And they quoted the whole.
Collect money from
shilling, they didn't collect. 1 naira they didn't collect. There was a garage in area 1. They used to come from Maraba. I told the minister to bring that garage to one side of the market. That will help us too. If they carry people from Maraba, they stop them in Wuse Market. That was how we started, and it didn't get hurt.
Now you're now 82 years old, ma. And I believe you've been doing great work, especially in the area of humanitarian work.
I'm paying school fees for 50 girls in my village.
50 girls?
When I went for Confab, all the money they gave me for Confab, I used it to put electricity in my village. And I'm paying school fees for 50 girls.
So how are you able to sustain this? Because with your age now, I know you're not working again, and I know you must have invested, enough to be able to keep up with this good work. You have support from people?
People don't know that. You see all these small things we do, like Gary. Gary is very profitable in this town. I sell pure water, very profitable. People want to take million and go to business. This small thing is very profitable. The boy came from Katsina and was shivering. Small boy, handsome boy, and said he came to see the brother, but the brother traveled. And if I can give him 2 bags of pure water to sell. He will bring back the money. I say, you are shivering. You are not well. He say he's not well. I say, come. I took him to the hospital first, Metama General Hospital, and I admitted him there. I took care of him for 5 days. My people were going to carry food to him. I said, until you are well. He came out yesterday, and I gave him 2 crates of milk. Very honest boy. Quick, you don't sell and finish. You don't come, you don't carry another one. 2 bags of pure water. And these 2 bags of pure water, I give them for 70 naira, and he sell for 150. There's money in small thing. People don't know there's money in all this small thing.
So, what advice do you have for young girls? What advice do you have for the youth of Nigeria?
I think the problem is from their parents. Small time, the parents, a small girl of 15 years. You know, you must account for whatever you have on you to my parents. You cannot just wear this type of dress and enter a house. You must explain how you get it. If you go and bring anything to the house, say, welcome my pikin. My parents will never take that one. A small girl will be riding a car. We buy a car for the father. The father saying a good luck. No, it can't be good luck now. It is the responsibility of their parents. Most of the things they do is from their parents. You don't know where your child is coming. You must, like as I am now, I know where all my children are. At the moment, I can account for my children. But children of nowadays, they say na open eye. What be open eye be that? They don't know where their parents, their children are. You small time, a child will enter village, come to Abuja, you don't know where he's going to. You don't know the house he's going to stay. You just phone, you give you phone for hand, they call him. He says, congratulations, my child. Our parents are responsible for that.
Your knowledge and, of course, your connection with people, I think you should, why don't you go into politics?
In 2023, I will go into politics because I see that they have missed the track. I must enter politics. The little time I have in this my life, I must enter politics.
That's 2023.
Yes, I know I will live. I'm 82 this year. Nothing stops me from living to that age. I must be there to correct it. They are not doing it well now. They go to night meeting without. I must go to that night meeting with them. 2023. Yes, so.
Thank you very much, viewer, for staying tuned. We have been talking to Chief Mrs Felicia Sani, who is the president of All Market Women. She's been able to take us through her life as a banker, a philanthropist, and of course, the leader of All Market Women in Nigeria. And we've learned so many things from her. And we are saying that we, the young generation, we have a lot to learn from what we, from leaders like her. And so we by saying thank you very much for your time, and we'll be seeing you again next time on this very channel.